Morning. Sun's just coming up over all over there. Bit of a biting air this morning. It's on about mild weather coming, but feels like, well, it's nowhere near freezing, but it's very back-endish. So I've got a busy day really. I've got some spraying to do. Got some I think it'll let me do it. No, I've got some blackgrass to spray it, lay them on some stubbles. Well, it surprises actually. There's an ear on it, and it's looking like if it's mild for another 3 or 4 weeks, it could seed. So I'm going to spray that. I've got some residual chemical after that to put on some wheat we drilled other day. That's to do. And then there's some winter barley what never got its residual chemical. We're putting a contact on it, some insecticide. Everybody seems to be going away from these insecticides and stop using them, you know, taking the risk of, you know, BYDV. And I've heard people say that we're killing what's good, what eats the avids, what caused BYDV. I don't know. Whether they'll ban them in future and we'll have to do without them, but or do your bit, you know. A couple of big farmers I was talking to, oh, we don't bother now, take the risk. So there's some straw to put in pigs. Them lads were leading, well, Ollie was leading chalk yesterday, and among other jobs Phil was levelling it out. We tidied that side of the yard up, and we've just made a bit of a base here. I think we're going to extend it a little bit more, just to put trailers and stuff like that, and it was just a mess. So I don't think he's got enough on, to be honest. I think he wants another load. Is that smaller? Oh, looks smaller, doesn't it? No, it looks smaller. Oh. But yeah, just well, the sheds, we're hoping for a shed to go on here. But Christ, I got the shock of my life yesterday. I priced some steel, £1,400 a tonne. The beams what I made my last shed out of had more than doubled. You know, ridiculous. I don't know why is this? You know, why have they doubled? But in fact, going back to that trailer body, priced the 3 mil sheets, 10B4s for the sides, for instance, 140 some pound a piece. Well, by the time I said 5 in my last video, well, I was miles out because I forgot about the floor and the back door. So by the time I put 8 of them on, job's not worth it, you know. So that's for sale. Actually, it's tidied up. We've straightened it out a little bit and tidied it up. It tips out right, no problem. And so it'll sell as, I think, sell as it is, no problem. Anyone who wants from green waste or blow a chipper into the back of it or out like that, it's perfect. So, but no, just looking across these wheat, bit of slug damage what we've neglected. I had to go out and buy a Polaris quad on Sunday off a mate of mine. I knew he had it for sale because our Honda's broke down. Got some dark patches in them in distance, one here, and slugs have really had their fill. It should have been done a fortnight ago, but there's plenty of plants there now to make a crop, but you won't want to let the slugs get any more of them. Tidied Ollie's Ali's mess up over there. He had bloody boxes all over. We had a bit of a sort out the other day. I says you can't bring all these boxes. They were blowing into Beck and one thing, you know, there was bloody rubbish all over. You know what I'm like with rubbish. So I straightened him up a little bit, and we gathered a load up, and he promises he ain't gonna bring any more. And there's 5 acres to plough there, but we still haven't got the Fergie mended. We still haven't got a radiator. The radiator's been 2 places now and they can't fix it. Anyway, Frank knows that I'm adamant that I want someone to fix it. It's a matter of principle, really. We ought to be sort of mending stuff rather than bung a new one on. You know, that's the mentality everybody now. You know, something's broke. Get another one. Scrap that. Well, I don't know. When we raced motorbikes, we always were ripping bloody radiators to bits, and there was lads in paddock where you used to drop your radiator with them. They used to take it home, mend it. I know they were a lot thicker than such as that radiator, but they used to braze them up. But all these odd time lads have gone. Or can't be bothered, or the mentality, just get another one, it's knackered, you know. Well, I think that needs to stop. Bit of water damage downside of this week, but it's really getting in front, I would say, a little bit. Want some cold weather to stall it a little bit, because that's getting a bit in front of itself. Well, I was walking across there the other day, and I looked back at farm, it just looked a mess. There was bloody, our van, I sold that to a fella who was going to break it with a Volvo car. There was an hard compressor there, it just looked terrible from back. I thought, yeah, dig it out, we'll put our tipping trailers on there, you know, of a designated park for trailers. And other side at farm, it needs some doing out. You know, sort of lost the battle of maintaining our sheds. There's all this edge right back here, what, to be fair, what's digging up, it's just got out of hand. Leave the oak trees, because they're like historic trees. I don't know how long they've been there all my lifetime, since bloody war. So these bloody trees are seeing bloody bombers bloody fly over them in Second World War, because Pocklet had a massive RAF base, and I mean massive. Someone did a model, in fact, look on internet, of Pockleton's air base, because it was huge. So yeah, they deserve to stay, but these are bloody hawthorns who've just got out of control. They want digging up. Bit more of an hard standing round here. Maybe come up to here and use back of this farm, but back of this space, so utilise it. Look at state. We just need to organise a bit of stuff. If you see out what you want to buy, just give us a shout. Just IBC's cut down full of spares and all sorts of stuff, and we do use stuff, and I think it's too good to scrap, because, like, you know, I'm a saver. Or all his mug. Even 3 lifeboats, look. I can hear you ask, why have you got 3 lifeboats round back of your shed? Me and Ollie were on internet one night, Euro auctions, buying stuff, and I don't know what we paid for them. 50 quid for 3, something like that. And we'd had a few cans, and we got a bit carried away. It was about 6 one night. Bought all sorts of crap. Actually, most of it's gone and made profit. But yeah, we've still got a lifeboat, so want a lifeboat, gives a shout. Tater topper, 500 quid, cross conveyor, that can go at 500. Bed tiller, good bed tiller with ridges, £900. Little tatey spinner, it's all solid and all works, £800. This bogey I bought as a project. I was going to make a big, what do they call them? Stubble rake out of them. Like a 3-metre unit on back, and maybe 2 4-metre units what fold up at side, but whether I will ever get round to it, I don't know. And I don't know about stubble rakes. I think you need just a little bit heavier cultivation. You know, instead of just scratching the first inch, you want to scratch the first 3 inch. So I don't know whether it's the answer for us, but There's a 24 mount spray care demount sprayer for sale, but I think someone will buy that for as cover crops become more popular, for like an applicator for small seeds, you know, so you go before you combine and apply your mustard seed and your vetches or whatever and blow it on down your booms. If you have a card metering system with a good fan, you could blow it down booms. You know, I think that's out there, that'll end up 20 metre sprayer, mounted sprayer, 1200 litre tank. I think I'll grab about £1,000 on that. Timag press with front tines. Most of the front tines are missing. I want, oh god, 1400 quid. Little mower, 4-in-1 bucket. 3.6 press, single press. Them discs are off to New Zealand. Subsoilers sold. For a press, big 4 metre double press, that's a beast. 1200 quid. Flexicoil, oh, that drill mates, that's sold. Airtech 15 metre sprayer. And it's bloody good sprayer, but I've had it ages, and no, I ain't had a phone call about that sprayer, and I don't know why, because anybody wanting a bit of garden stuff out like that, you know, market gardener out like that, or a little want to do their paddocks, it's ideal. But booms are a bit obscure, you know, they're like stick up, you could easily catch something with booms. Yeah, I think 600 quid would buy that, and it would work. It's all got control box and everything, it's good. And then there's a load of stuff round back I'll show you. But yeah, I mean, I'm dealing this type of stuff, and you know, I'm afraid to I'll buy some at 10 or 15 grand as long as I know it's right, but I like my stuff what's under 2 grand. Set of discs over there, Parramatta Utah discs, good discs, 2 grand. Well, they aren't even that, I don't think. 1900 quid, I'll buy them. Yeah, if you see out, give us a shout. Spraying some barley, bit of an experiment really. We've used instead of using a residual chemical, which means onto the soil, we're using a contact. It's not got a lot of grass weeds in this land, and also there's some fungicide in because a bit of mildew on the bottom leaves, and a general sort of foliar feed as well. So a bit of a concoction. It's going really well. When we left yard, we want a breath of wind. As soon as we got to feet, it's, I won't say too windy, but it's getting there. But you don't, at this time of year, you don't get many opportunities to do a bit of contact spraying because, I mean, leaves are always wet. So every opportunity you want to be out, but it's just blowing about a bit. Now it's easy to do. Just did a phone call off our haulage man. We put a straw chopper on a wagon last night to go up to Scotland. Anyway, he's took it off to put it on another wagon and dropped it. I mean, it wasn't his fault, accidents happen. And bust PTO shaft off it, necked it off of the gearbox. So I don't know what we're going to have to do really. I'll sort it out with him. I mean, he's a good customer. He does a lot of haulage for us. So see what he says. He's going to see if he can find a shaft and put one in. But now it's easy. Now it's straightforward here. Anyway, not to worry. Accidents happen. So to be fair, I ain't that bothered as long as no one gets hurt. You know, as long as no one's hurt, it doesn't matter about an accident. You know. But anyway, not to worry. Look, in Barley, this direct drilled barley. Yes, it's got a lot of last year's crop in places. I think it'll be a success. We'll have a close look at it in a minute. Oh, excuse me. We'll have a close look at it in a minute because it's a lot better. It's desperate for this manganese. Desperate for it. So, right, I'll get this. Have a word with this lot. Just putting some manganese and a fungicide because there's a little bit of mildew on it on this direct drilled barley. I don't know what you think, but it's a lot better than I thought actually. I mean, it rabbits are getting a bit at, that's a bit of rabbit damage that, but there's a little bit of water on leaf, but you don't get many opportunities at this time of year to spray it, so actually I think it's alright. So I thought it was going to be a disaster. I thought there was going to be more areas like this over here. I thought it was going to be like that, because there's a hell of a lot of residue there from last year's crop, and well, I think that'll die. That'll make nout. But that's not so bad actually. I'm quite pleased. I mean, you'll never tell till harvest. I mean, I would bet that the field prior to this one I've just sprayed will do a lot better. But I ain't writing this off as not being a good yielder, so we'll see. Right, 2 more to do before night. And spray's going really well. In fact, done 2 fields. 100 litre out. So what's left in, and I did put a little bit more in than I should, so quite happy. I mean, this hard spray, it's got rate governors on and stuff like that, but and it's fairly accurate, but very, very basic. You know, I mean, it's bloody late 90s, isn't it? I don't know, there's some right technology about now, but this is really good. Alright, go get filled up, get a cup of tea, go get filled up. Windy enough actually now, but it's gone really well. You don't get many chances at this time of year to have a dry leaf, because it's a contact and it needs to take it through the plant. And they're really pleased. We've grown 2 varieties, 2 old varieties, Infinity and Cassia. And I'll tell you what, they've done us proud. But getting new seed, I think you'll get them next year. Well, you get Cassia next year. The year after they're on about getting rid of it completely. Infinity's about at its day, but they've been really good. I can't understand why they get rid of these good varieties. As I've maybe told you before, we went to this demonstration where there was field trials or seed trials and all these varieties, and looking down these plots, and there was both Cassia and Infinity. They look better than all their where's the trailer? They look really good. Really pleased. And direct drilling stuff actually surprised me, because I was panicking that was going to be now, and it looks a lot better than I thought. So right, I'll get finished up here, and I think it's night. If you like these videos, tick and some, oh god, I keep saying it, don't I? Like and subscribe, thumbs up, whatever, and do a couple of weeks. So, radio, bye for now. Go around this post.